Friendship is not about how long you've known someone. It's about how deeply you care, how you lift each other up, and how you stay, even when things fall apart. Today's story is about two girls, Lena and Emma, who learn what true friendship really means. This story is called A Friend. Lena and Emma were best friends since childhood. They lived in the same neighborhood, went to the same school, and even sat together in class. Lena was bright, confident, and always smiling. Emma was quiet, artistic, and loved to draw. They were like two sides of the same coin, completely different, yet inseparable. Every morning, Emma waited for Lena outside her house. They walked to school together, laughing about silly things. One day, their teacher announced a school talent show. Each student can perform anything they like, singing, dancing, painting, or a short play. Lena immediately said, "Let's join together, Emma. You draw and I'll perform." Emma smiled shyly. "Okay, but what if I mess up?" Lena laughed. "You won't. I'll be right beside you." The talent show. The day of the show arrived. The hall was full of students and teachers. Lena wore a beautiful pink dress and looked confident. Emma stood behind the stage, nervous and shaking. When their turn came, Lena stepped forward to perform a short dance while Emma painted a beautiful background behind her. A picture of two girls holding hands under the stars. The audience clapped loudly. It was beautiful. After the show, the teacher said, "Lena, your performance was wonderful. And Emma, your painting made it even more special." Lena smiled proudly and said, "Thank you." It was our teamwork. From that day, everyone started calling them the Star Duo, the misunderstanding. But one afternoon, things changed. A new student named Sophia joined their class. She was charming and confident. She quickly became friends with Lena. They started talking a lot, sharing secrets, and even having lunch together, without Emma. Emma began to feel lonely. One day, she saw Lena and Sophia laughing together and said softly, "Lena, you promised to help me with my art project today." Lena looked a bit embarrassed. "Oh, I forgot, Emma. I'll help you next time, okay?" Emma nodded quietly, but her heart felt heavy. Over the next few weeks, Lena spent more and more time with Sophia. Emma felt invisible. Then, during art class, Sophia accidentally spilled paint on Emma's sketchbook. Emma gasped. "That was my final project." Sophia laughed. "Oops." "It's just a mistake." Emma looked at Lena, expecting her to say something. But Lena stayed silent. Tears filled Emma's eyes. She quietly picked up her bag and left the classroom. The distance days passed. Emma stopped talking to Lena. She sat alone during lunch and avoided eye contact. Lena felt bad, but she didn't know how to fix it. Sophia noticed and said, "Forget her, Lena. She's too sensitive." But deep down, Lena missed her best friend. One rainy evening, as Lena walked home, she saw Emma sitting alone in the park, sketching under a tree. Her clothes were wet, but she didn't care. Lena walked closer. "Emma, can I sit here?" Emma looked up but didn't answer. Lena sat beside her and said softly, "I'm sorry." Emma kept drawing, her voice trembling. "You forgot me, Lena. You didn't even stand up for me." Lena's eyes filled with tears. "You're right. I was wrong. I thought having more friends meant being happier, but I realized no one understands me like you do." Emma finally looked at her. "Really?" Lena nodded. "You're not just my friend. You're my sister." They hugged tightly as the rain fell around them. The reunion. The next day at school, Lena announced something unexpected. During the morning assembly, she stepped onto the stage and said, "I have something to say. Last week, my best friend Emma was hurt. Not because of an accident, but because of my silence. I wasn't a true friend, but I want to be better." Everyone looked surprised. Lena continued, "Emma, your art inspires me every day. You taught me what kindness and patience mean. I'm sorry." The students clapped. Emma smiled shyly from her seat. That moment healed everything between them. Sophia later came and apologized too. The three girls slowly became friends, but Lena and Emma's bond stayed specific. Many years went by. Lena became a teacher, and Emma became a famous artist. They lived in different cities, but they never stopped calling each other. One day, Lena visited an art exhibition. On the wall was a painting titled A Friend. It showed two little girls walking in the rain, sharing one umbrella. Lena's eyes filled with tears. Emma walked up behind her and said softly, "Do you like it?" Lena turned and smiled. "You never forgot." Emma laughed. "How could I?" That day changed everything. They hugged, surrounded by people who admired Emma's art. But in that moment, only their friendship mattered. Moral of the story. Later that night, they sat together watching the sunset. The sky turned golden and the air was calm. Lena said, "Emma, life took us to different places, but we always found our way back." Emma smiled. "That's what real friends do. They find each other again, no matter how far apart." They both laughed softly, remembering their school days, the fights, and the rain. Friendship isn't about having fun every day. It's about being honest, forgiving mistakes, and holding on through storms. Because sometimes one true friend is worth more than 100 acquaintances. Moral of the story. A true friend is someone who stays in your heart, even when time and distance try to pull you apart.